Welcome back to district tournament action on Big Olie's Radio, where we're set for boys action now. The third game of the night will be the consolation game in the district, playing for third place between your Collinwood Trojans and your Frank Hughes Lions. Should be a good contest. They've battled a couple of times tonight, this year, and they're right there in fourth quarter being challenges. And Brian, we was talking there, we'd kind of be disappointed if it doesn't go down to the wire again.
Yeah, we will actually let Frank Hughes. Devin Dykes had a great fourth quarter against us at Collinwood and
Right.
took the game over and really stole one from us. I thought we were going to win that game as it transpired, and then he got really hot. We couldn't stop him. And then he ended up getting to the free throw line quite a few times in the last 2 minutes. And kind of I think the score ended up being a little more than what the game was.
Right.
And then kind of opposite of that is they had a good lead at Frank Hughes and basically just had to hold the ball and make some free throws. And Patch ended up turning Dykes over at half court there and ended up pushing that game into overtime.
Yep.
And the Trojans came out on top. And that actually may have played 2 overtimes.
Did. Actually was there to call that game that night, and that's one thing I can say about this is, and I'll explain why. I'm glad this game is not in Clifton tonight, because if you're talking about they battled 2 overtimes down there. I was there for a middle school game as well, and they played 3 overtimes in that. Collinwood got a win in that one too down there.
Yeah, we need to get home sometime tonight.
Yeah, we got to get up and go to church tomorrow. And hopefully be out there. All right, let me give you the starting lineups for each squad. First for Frank Hughes. They have senior Hazen Simmons, number 4. Number 5 is Devin Dykes. He's a senior as well. They have sophomore Sammy Ray, wears number 20. Number 24 is a junior Wyatt McLean, and senior Tucker Stagg wears number 31 for your Collinwood Trojans. All seniors but one. Brody Holt wears number 3, Cole Reisner number 5, Patch Craig 13, and Tate Lemels 25. And then you've got junior Bennett Rich wears number 10 for the Trojans. Lions are coached by Chad Love. Trojans by Tanner Andrews. This game for the again, call it the consolation. It means third place, and the purpose is positioning for the first round of region tournaments. The Trojans come in with a 10-16 overall record. Frank Hughes at 9-15-1 tie. They call it in there as a game that was a no decision earlier in the year. Okay, you're getting about ready to tip this thing off, and Trojans, hopefully they can get a solid game going tonight. They'll have to play well. I mean,
no doubt.
The obstacle is, you say Devin Dykes. One thing we had a good down there at Clifton in that game is that Patch Craig guarded him.
Between the Trojans of Collinwood and the Frank Hughes Lions. Now between our Chargers. First for the visiting team, the Frank Hughes Lions. Number 5, Devin Dykes. Number 4, Hazen Simmons. Number 24, Wyatt McLean. Number 20, Sammy Ray. And number 31, Tucker Staggs. The Lions are head coached by Chad Love. now for your home team, the Collinwood Trojans. Number 13, Patch Craig. Number 25, Tate Lingle. Number 5, Cole Reisner. Number 3, Brody Holt. And number 10, Bennett Rich. Collinwood's head coach, Montana Andrews.
Years of winning with her, and now
Blair could really play, and
he's
obviously
really
from the all-time lead scorer in Wayne County. But not only that, she had a lot of good players around her too. So
yeah, she's had a lot, and still kind of the same way. All right, we're about ready to set. Brody Holt will be jumping against Devin Dykes. Trojans in the home white uniforms. Lions in the black. Here's your tip, and it's controlled by Frank Hughes. He'll work it over to Simmons, who will bring it across the timeline. Gets it on the wing to Dykes. Here's Sammy Ray. Over to McLean. Back to Simmons. Staggs, they'll moving it around quickly. McLean back to Dykes. Man-to-man defense. I guess somewhat of maybe a box and one. Here's a drive inside. Shot partially deflected. Got back, put back up, and scores with Sammy Ray. You probably know more about that defense than me there. It's kind of the same way like Patch Craig's going to chase Dykes around.
Yeah, he's going to pretty much face guard him. And I really like that number 20 for Frank Hughes. He plays really, really hard.
Really good. Sammy Ray's at the line trying to complete a three-point play. Brody Holt will foul. And his free throw is good, and it's 3-0 here early. Again, Brody Holt with the first foul of the ball game. Here's Craig getting it over to Linville on the wing. High post to Rich, back, pass it around. Here's Reisner back to Craig. Here's Rich inside again, kicks it out to the corner, has it knocked away, picks it back up. Reisner wants to penetrate, kicks it out there. A lot of passing going around. We've got a whistle on a travel. Looks like Bennett Rich kind of got tangled up there a little bit.
Got bumped from behind a little bit.
It caused him to get off balance. So a turnover. Lions lead 3-0 with the ball. Here's McLean, gets it up to Staggs. He wants to drive in, dips it off to his cutter for a layup miss. Ray gets his own rebound, kicks it out, tries to find a man out on the wing, and no one's there, so it goes out of bounds. It'll be Collinwood ball.
We have to keep Sammy Ray off the offensive boards. 2 trips and 2 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, they're going to have to do a good job of boxing out down there. If you're going to play some kind of a matchup zone like that, or somebody's going to have to be aware of the shots to be able to box out. Here's Patch Craig out front. Looking, gets it over to Reisner on the corner, in the wing, rather, down there. Here's a pass in for a shot from the elbow. Good. Bennett Rich with a basket. And it's 3-2. Dykes across the line. Gets it to Ray over the left side to McLean. Trying to find somebody down inside. Here, Simmons gets it back to McLean. Over to Dykes. To Ray. Bounce pass on the inside to Simmons. Trying to find a cutter. Gets it back out. Here Simmons goes out. He wants to drive in. Nice kickoff to Ray for a layup. Good. Beautiful pass. And a finish. We got a whistle there. It was something got on the floor. They said they had a spill in one of the earlier games, and I think something else might have got out there. 5-2. Here's Patch Craig out front. Gets it over to Tate Linville. Trying to find somebody inside. Gets back to Craig. Craig will set it up. Drift over to the right. Back to Linville. Linville will go to the front now. Gets it to that high post. Here's another turnaround jumper. This one's blocked by Staggs. It's tipped around, and Staggs brings it down. So here's Dicus. Kicks it out to Ray out front. He wants to hand it off to McLean. McLean will set things up. He'll back off. Gets it over to Simmons on the wing out front to Ray. Here's a offensive foul. An illegal screen.
I think he got a push off on Dicus there.
Dicus' first foul, first team foul. Brian, that didn't exist in my day. This illegal screen, you know.
Yeah.
You set a pick for someone, you went around it, if you fell down or got knocked down, it just kept going.
Yeah.
So here's Patch Craig. Gets this over to Linville. Gets rid of it, almost throws it away. Now here's a save. He'll kick it out over to Reisner. He wants to drive the baseline. Lobs it, tries to find Brody Holt. He gets it inside, gets a got up good, and he got fouled.
Good pass, good hands by Brody, pulling that one down, and good finish.
Pulls the Trojans within a point. That was Tucker Staggs with the foul, his first, team second. So it'll be a one free throw for Brody Holt. Got it up good, and 3 point the old-fashioned way with the basket and the free throw.
Well, here we are again with a tie game. Imagine that.
Yeah, it's just late in the fourth quarter, we might get worried about overtime. Yeah. But we'll play through it. Here's Simmons over to Staggs. Thought about a three. Still thinking about it. Now gets rid of it to Simmons. Simmons directing traffic. Gets back over to Staggs. To Dicus on the left side. To Ray. They'll pass it around the perimeter. Back to Simmons. He's going to try a three from out front. Good. From about 3 feet beyond the arc.
Yeah,
and
deep shot.
Hazen Simmons gives the Lions the lead, 8-5 here. 4:10 to play, first quarter. Consolation game. Here's Linville on the wing. Gets this into that high post again over to Reisner. He kicks it over down on the baseline to Linville. Linville will dribble it back out. As it knocked away, picked up by Cole Reisner. He wants to drive inside. He gets bumped. No whistle. He got a steal and going the other way. Here's a layup by Simmons. Good. Transition basket by Hazen Simmons. Has a 5 point Lion lead.
We'll have a lot more success offensively if we'll stay away from Devin Dicus' side. He's so long.
There's Cole Reisner out front, gets it over to St. Linville on the wing. Looking to that high post again. There's Rich, kicks it back out. Back to Rich again. He wants to make a move over to good side step. 3 point shot on the way, no good. Linville shot off the mark and rebounded by Simmons. He kicks it over to Dicus. He'll bring it. He wants to drive the left side, kicks it over to McLean. He's going to try a long three. It's short. And the rebound, they're pointing Collinwood way. It looked like it went off Patch Craig's back and over out of bounds.
Looked like it definitely hit Patch.
And Patch would have turned around to look. He was, like you said, face guarding Dicus. He didn't see the ball coming his way, or he could have gotten the rebound.
They got that right.
Yeah, there's no doubt they got that right. See, McLean goes to the bench.
That's the tough thing about face guarding is, somebody's got to let you know what's going on behind you sometime.
Here's a drive inside and a foul. We've got.
It's going to be Brody's second, maybe? No.
That was actually going to send Devin Dicus to the line to shoot too. The foul, they didn't put it on the board. Let's see if it was. It still got the foul that Tucker Staggs had earlier. First free throw is good by Dicus. 6 point lead. Second shot up, also good. Cooper Brazier came in to the game for the Lions. He's a senior in there. I've seen him get some good playing time here lately. He looks like a pretty good ball player.
Who is it? Number 11 or 22?
Yeah, I think it's 11 or 12. I think I've got it here. I got him down here as Armitage, but it's the Brazier kid, senior. I got that mixed up earlier. There's a whistle on the treble. What have I got you down there? Okay. Let's look at Brazier.
I don't have a,
Okay.
I don't have a 22 on here.
Okay, I think it's 22, or is that it? 22.
Yeah.
It's Cooper Brazier, who it is, I know.
No, it's Skelton is his last name. He played at Waynesboro last year.
Oh, Skelton.
Jason Skelton.
Jason Skelton.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got my roster all messed up over here.
Yeah, Jason Skelton, he played in the JV game I refereed.
Here's a shot in that rolls off the rim and rebound. It's cleared by.
He's a good player. I think he might just be a sophomore.
Okay. Skelton, okay. Well, I'll try to remember that. Here is Craig out front, gets it to high post. Brody Holt drives in and draws a foul. I think this is going to be on the floor.
I think he called it on the floor.
Bumped before he could get up and get a shot away. Brandon Gray will go to the scorer's table and ready to enter. He'll go in. Bennett Rich will come out. Lions lead 12-5. Trojans having trouble getting the ball through the hoop here early, as they've had an early 5-2 lead.
Yeah.
Lions have ran off 10 straight. Reisner looking for somebody, gets it in the corner to Linville. He'll fire up a three. He nailed it. First basket in a while, breaks the streak, and it's 12-8. Cuts the lead to 4 with under 140 to play in the quarter. There's Skelton on the wing. Gets it over to Staggs, to Simmons, over to Samuel Ray. Looking over there, the Dicus wants to drive baseline. It's cut off by a couple of Trojans there. Here's a long pass saved by Simmons. Wow, almost got that in the backcourt. He pulls up at the elbow for a jumper that's missed. But the rebound, trying to get it and bang it off a Trojan player, was Skelton, and he missed, and it goes out of bounds right into the Trojan bench. 1:14 to play first quarter, 12-8. Frank Hughes leads by 4. That's one of those on this old roster I had. I haven't updated. I think I might have had him on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's been eligible. I think he transferred and may not have been eligible until just recently.
That's probably the case.
Yeah.
Got a whistle and a foul away from the ball on the inside. I think Tucker Staggs is going to get called for holding on Brody Holt down there, down low. For Staggs, I think that's a couple of fouls on him.
It's going to be their fourth of the quarter.
Fourth team foul. So let's see if they might get a substitution. They did get a substitution, as looks like McLean came back in. Reisner will try to trigger it in, find somebody. His pass is stolen, now knocked away and recovered.
Knocked away by his own teammate.
Yeah. They'll set it up out front with Patch Craig. 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Trojans trailing by 4, trying to knock into that lead. Craig to Linville. Into the corner to Reisner. His three on the way. Rattles in and out, no good. Here's the rebound, saved out. Simmons quickly down the floor. He's double teamed over on the wing. Here's a pass nearly stolen but recovered. Dicus to McLean. He's going to try a long three. Long rebound off to Linville. Didn't have numbers, so he pulls up. They'll try to work for that last shot now. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Craig looking. Got to watch that clock. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Here's a move by Reisner. His shot up off the glass. Good. And the buzzer sounds ending the first quarter. Your score after one period. Frank Hughes Lions 12, the Collinwood Trojans 10. We'll be back with second quarter action in just a moment. This is district tournament play on Big Oldies Radio. But he's wearing number 22. He's one I saw the other night, and I had somebody that come up on. Welcome back to basketball action on Big Oldies Radio as we're set for second quarter action. It will be Collinwood basketball, who they trail by 2. It's 12-10. I'm getting my roster. I'm going to have Skelton down there, and we learned that he became eligible just a couple of games before tournament action started, so that's kind of a confusion. They need to tell me these things, Brian.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Reisner against the Patch Craig up there out front. Setting, directing traffic. They'll look, try to work for a good shot. Swings it over to Reisner, to Brandon Gray, who's in the game. Brody Holt on the bench right now. Get it to Gray in the corner. He can hit those shots out there if you leave him open.
Yeah.
They come pick him up. Here's Patch Craig up front. To the right wing to Cole Reisner. Reisner trying to find somebody inside. Now he'll go. Gets it back for Craig.
It's a really small lineup for Collinwood here, but
it is, and Patch Craig trying to work the offense. Gets a screen from here's Linville for a 3 that comes up short. Rebound by the Lions.
Shot looked really good.
It looked everything looked good on it, just didn't get there. Here's Simmons, gets into the corner. They'll work it around the perimeter. McLean did a little hop, almost drug that foot. You got to watch that. Dacus directing traffic now. He picked up by Craig as they're working around the Simmons. Thought about a 3, didn't take it. Back to Skelton. Here's Dacus, wants to drive, spin move in the lane, lays it off the glass, good, and he was fouled. He covers a lot of ground with those. He's very quick, lengthy, and he likes that spin move in the lane, and he can put it up off, got good touch off the glass.
Foul on Brandon.
Brandon Gray with the foul. Dacus with the free throws, in and out, no good. A battle for the rebounds, knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Frank Hughes. Kind of fortunate there. Looked like Bennett Rich had it for a minute. It was knocked away from him. He was trying to save it, but it had already hit the baseline. So Patch Craig will bring it down the floor. 6:20 to play first half in this consolation game. Lions lead by 4. Here's Craig to Reisner out front. He'll dribble. It gets back to Patch Craig. Craig will dribble, being guarded by Skelton. Gets to the Gray. To Linville. Linville fakes the 3, takes off, kicks it over to Gray. Back to Linville. Back to Gray. He's going to try the 3. It's off the mark. Running rebound down. It goes all the way out to Cole Reisner, who picks it off. Here's Craig, wants to drive inside. His shot up off the glass. No good. Rebound. Gray, he'll bring it out. Getting an offensive rebound. Here's Linville. Gets caught in there. His shot is up there. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be last touch by the Lions.
Whoa, we got a foul.
Oh, they got a foul. Okay. From the far side, it's going to be Simmons, Hazen Simmons with the foul. His team's first. 5:30 to play first half. Still a 14-10 game. Here's Craig. Over to Gray. To the right side to Linville. Tate gets it high to Rich. Rich at the elbow. Kicks it back out front. Over to Reisner. He's going to try a long 3. Off the mark. Rebound by Dacus. Wants to run with it. Going to take it all the way to the basket. Loses it. Gets it back. Has it stripped away. And a jump ball called. Looked like Craig was going to get a foul on there, but he got all the ball, and they called it a tie-up and a jump ball. It'll be Frank Hughes' ball. With a pass into the paint to Sammy Ray. His shot up off the glass, good. Good body control.
Yeah.
Had to go to his left, and he banked that one right in there. Under 5 minutes to play in the half. Patch brings it across the line. Gets a screen from Gray. We're going to get a foul. Skelton was reached in to grab, trying to defend. Second team foul. First on Skelton. Craig has the ball. Being picked up by Skelton again, being guarded closely. Gets that screen. Now he kicks it over to Linville. Back over to Craig on this side. High post to Gray. He's knocked to his feet. And he's bumped and fouled. Sammy Ray with the foul. His second, team's third. We get some more. Brody Holt will come back in. Brandon Gray will go to the bench. Also got Stetson Holt in the game. So they've got Stetson and Brody Holt, so we'll refer to them that way. Pass it around. There's Rich out on the wing to Linville. Rich, he's going to try a long, high arcing three that's going to wind up short and go out of bounds. 3 points just past the arch is right at 20-foot mark, and he threw that about 20 foot high on the arch. That was an arch. Yeah, you need to take a little off of that, and it made it come up short. Here's Simmons from the left side. Cross-court pass to the end to the bleachers. He had a couple of players. They broke away from the ball as he let it go.
Yeah.
So another unforced error and turnover. It gives the ball to the Trojans. 4:05 to play. First half, trailing by 6. Not a lot of scoring here in the second half. Here in the first 4 minutes. Here in the second quarter, rather. Here's Patch Craig looking for Tate Linville on the right side. Back to Craig. They'll stay in that zone. Get to the high post. Kicks it over to the wing. Into the corner to Stetson Holt. Back to Rich on the wing. Gets it inside. And his bounce pass from Linville over. Trying to get a Stetson in the corner, and he cut at the same time.
Stetson tried to go back door, and Tate thought he was going to be in the corner, and just miscommunication that happens.
Yeah. Here's McLean on the wing, looking for a cutter inside, gets it to Simmons. He floats it, tries to float it out. It's knocked away and stolen. Here's a loose ball being picked up down there, saved in by Linville. Good hustle on that one, because he got the steal and then saved it from going out of bounds. Patch Craig will set the offense up, gets it over to Tate Linville. Gets it Brody on the high post. His turnaround shot is blocked from behind by Dykus. He went up high to get that one. And they'll bring it down. Here's Simmons to Dykus. He's got a 30-foot three on the way. It's off the mark, no good, and the rebound cleared by Bennett Rich. Yeah, that's way beyond. That's even a long NBA three-pointer.
That was deep.
2:42 to play in the half. 16-10, still your score. The lids have gone on the rim. They've got tight shut. Here's Stetson on the wing, down to the baseline to Rich. Trying to find somebody. Now he, again, picks up the dribble. Long cross-court pass to Patch Craig, who drives the baseline, kicks it inside for a turnaround jumper from Brody. No good. Rebound by Rich. He puts it back up, draws the foul, and scores. Bennett Rich with a putback and one.
Trojans are working hard on the boards.
Like Skelton with the foul will cuts the first points in quite a couple of minutes at least. Cuts it to 16-12, and Bennett will be there to attempt to cut it to 3 as we'll have one free throw. The guy at the mark shot on the way, good. Rattles and drops through. 16-13, 2:15 to play in the half now. Dykus across the line, over to Ray, to McLean. McLean looking for a cutter, gets out front to Staggs. They'll work it around to the right side to Sammy Ray. The pass down on the baseline is going to be a foul called against Stetson Holt.
That's only our second of this quarter.
Only the team foul number 2. I think maybe is that the first on Stetson?
It is, first on Stetson. No one has over 1.
So with exactly 2 minutes to play in the half, the Lions will have the ball down on the baseline. Dykus will try to work it in. He gets it out high to Staggs. He thought about a 3 and gets it over to Simmons. Back to Dykus, who comes out front to get it. Back over to Simmons. Picks up his dribble and gets Staggs over to Dykus. So he looks on the right side. He'll back up. Just work the clock, find somebody. Simmons comes to pick it up. Over to Ray. Moves to the left side with McLean. 1:33 to play. On the baseline is Dykus. Kicks it out to Simmons, who wants to drive it inside into the corner. Is McLean. Long cross-court pass to Simmons for a long three. Good. Those long passes got him wide open over there. He knocks it down. It's 19-13. Clock running. We're at 1:10 to play in the half. Craig, no hurry to get it across the line. He gets there. They'll pass it around between him and Linville. Directing traffic now as he gets some motion. He's back into the high post to Brody Holt. His shot won't go, but tipped up and in by Bennett Rich. Bennett knocked down some points here in the second quarter. Cuts it back to 4. Simmons will walk it across the line. 40 seconds. 19-15. Lions lead by 4. Here's a pass that is almost thrown away. It's saved by McLean. Ray almost threw the pass to himself, and he tried to run that one down. Now Ray goes back and gets the ball. Here's Simmons. Works around 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Simmons wants to drive. Gets the pass down low, and we're off the air again. And welcome back. We are temporarily off the air. We apologize for that. It's kind of had that problem here. It's not as good cell phone reception here, so we're out. In the meantime, it's still a 4-point lead. We've got a timeout with Collinwood. We'll have the ball with 8.1. And what do you think they'll set up here, Brian?
I mean, I think you'd probably go inside out. I would probably try to drive it to the paint and let you kick it out for a shot if you don't get a good look.
Hopefully they'd like to get a couple of points here, 2, maybe 3, cut into this lead.
I would definitely point out to the guys that they have 4 fouls, so any type of reaching foul, anything's going to send you to the line right here. So.
Absolutely, yes. They could go to the free throw line. Good point. All right, they'll have it side front court. Linville into Craig as it comes in. 5 seconds. Craig wants to drive right side. Tries to put up a shot or fall away. It's tipped up. No good. And we're going to get a goaltending. We have they were into the net as the shot caromed off the rim. They're going to count the basket.
I think Sammy Ray grabbed the net.
He did. And so credit Brody Holt with that basket. And it's a 2-point game at halftime. All right, your halftime score. Clifton Frank Hughes Lions 19 and Collinwood Trojans 17. We're back with a recap in just a minute. This is District Tournament Basketball on Big Oldies Radio. Back to Linden and Perry County High School, where district tournament action here in the boys consolation game finds the Trojans trailing the Lions of Frank Hughes by 2 points. It's 19-17. Now, kind of slow in that second quarter. Frank Hughes trailed by, led by 2 after 1, and they both scored 7 points. So not a lot of offense, but they did get down and got back into the game.
Yeah, seven points that quarter by each team, and two of ours were on a goaltending right there at the very end of the quarter. So.
Yep. Went up there, didn't have a shot at blocking that shot, but he got into the net, and that's rule by rule. That's goaltending, basket interference.
Went to try to block Brody's tip in and swung and hit the net. And I don't know if it would have went in, but it did definitely rattle the whole backboard in the net.
Yep. So all right, let's look at our first half numbers, and then we'll get us a break.
All right. Let's look at Frank Hughes first. Hazen Simmons with 8. Devin Dacus was held to 4, which was a good job again by Patch. Sammy Ray was 7 for a total of 19. And for Collinwood, Cole Reisner with 2. Tate Limble with 3. Brody Holt with 5. Bennett Rich with 7 with a total of 17.
Everybody's perfect from the free throw line so far. Collinwood's 2 for 2, and Frank Hughes 3 for 3.
Yep.
All right, well, we'll take a quick break and get back to our second half action in just 5 minutes or so, and keep it right here. This is district tournament action on Big Oldies Radio.
There was some good basketball played. Both teams played really hard defensively. Both of them are going after the offensive boards really, really hard.
Right.
Which has been the reason the game is as tight as it is. Collinwood's not in any foul trouble at all. Cole's got one, Brody's got one, Stetson's got one, and Brandon's got one. And Sammy Ray and Tucker Staggs for Frank Hughes and Jason Skelton all have 2 fouls.
Oh, it's 2 fouls.
So, get them in foul trouble a little here in the third quarter and might pay dividends down the stretch.
All right, Collinwood will have the ball as we get started here in the second half, trailing by 2. And this is kind of typical Clifton Frank Hughes basketball to be low scoring, you know.
Oh, yeah.
They rarely get out of the 40s in a game, either team. Here's Craig, gets it over to Cole Reisner, fakes a pass to the inside. He got Brody Holt trying to post up in there. He passed Reisner again, wants to go to baseline, trying to find it, gets it to Rich in the corner. He wants to drive out, kicks it back out into the corner. Now drive in. Pass out front to Linville over to Reisner. He's going to try a 3 from the corner. No good. The rebound shot is blocked and knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay here with Collinwood.
Yeah, this is the defense that worries me a little bit right here when Dicus is out front. They'll probably go back into a regular 2-3 right now with the baseline under inbound.
Reisner will trigger it in. Looking for somebody now. Got to hurry. They got a 5-second count. They couldn't get the back pass into anybody. Nobody got open. That's kind of hate to see that. I mean, somebody could come out there. You can even throw that into the backcourt.
Yeah.
But they were not able to get anybody open. So we go the other way. McLean on the wing. Here's a bounce pass not handled by Ray. His shot rolls up and in. And that they're trying to, Coach Andrews wants a double dribble on that, and I'm not sure he isn't correct.
I think he was correct.
And plus probably a good 5 or 6 seconds in the lane for Ray on that one.
Yeah.
So here's Rich, hands it off to Reisner. Got a 4-point game now. Reisner gets it to Craig.
Be really careful with the ball with Dicus out front of it.
Here's a lob to the inside. Shot is up. Draws a foul. They got that into Brody Holt again. And he gets the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that's effective. If they can get it to him in there,
Yeah.
they could be effective right there. Get some baskets to get him to the line. The foul was on Hazen Simmons, his second, team's first. First free throw by Brody Holt is up and good. And he eyes the mark for the second toss. It's also good. So he cuts it back to a 2-point game. Dicus will bring the ball down the floor for the Lions. Kicks it over to Ray. To McLean on the wing. Down in the corner to Simmons. Here's a pass underneath. Ray shuffled the feet, but he got the shot away. And he missed everything, and Bennett Rich comes down with the board. Here's a pass over to Craig. Now he gets the Reisner out front. Back to Craig. Here's another lob inside, and it's going to be knocked away and out of bounds. But Devin Dicus is kind of waiting for that there, and of course, nobody in the gym is going to out-jump him in this game. So he gets up and knocks it away, but Trojans keep the ball. Here's Pat Craig over to Bennett Rich. Being picked up by Simmons. Gets Reisner on. He pulls up there. His shot is blocked, but he's going to draw a foul from Staggs.
Swing that arm down. They're going to get you. Yeah.
Staggs with the foul. That's the
third.
Second team foul. You said third on Staggs. Cole Reisner will go to the line to shoot 2. Chance to possibly tie the game. First shot, caroms away, no good. So best he can do is cut it to 1 now. Staggs will go to the bench as Skelton will come back in for Frank Hughes. Got the neon green shoes.
Yeah.
That free throws in and out. Dicus loses the ball, loses the handle, and goes out of bounds. He had cleared the rebound, but it got away from him and hit out of bounds. So Collinwood will have the ball under the basket. Reisner tries to trigger it in, tries to find somebody again, has it knocked away. Seems like every time they throw somewhere, Dicus is there to knock something away.
Yeah.
He's like a human fly swat.
Yeah. Arms are so long.
This one comes out to Patch Craig, zips it back inside. Turnaround jumper for Brody Holt is good.
Brody.
Good move, good spinning move. And he lays it off the glass and in. We're tied at 21. Here's Dicus. Gets it to Ray. Wasn't looking, almost got hit with it. McLean picks up the dribble. Now gets it to Dicus. Over to Skelton on the wing. Back to Dicus. Dicus looking for Simmons. Wants to hand it to him. Now he gets it. And he'll dribble out front. He pulls in, tries to drive inside, pulls up, kicks the pass to Ray, who tries to get it over to Skelton, and it's stolen by Tate Linville.
Let's go back inside again. Let's take advantage of Staggs being on the bench here. Tucker's a good defensive player in there for them.
And he's strong, too.
He's strong, and it's a tough matchup for Brody.
Reisner gets it over to Craig out front on the right side. They get it back to, he tried to get it to the high pass, knocked away, now picked up by Rich, and he loses it out of bounds. Looks like he had it in a position to maybe go in and get a basket or dump it off to Brody, but he lost the handle and it rolls away. So after the turnover, Lions will have the ball again. Still tied at 21, 4:45 to play, third quarter. Here's Simmons getting the screen, kicks it back over to Skelton. He goes in, has a shot blocked.
Wow.
And going to get a foul. Bennett Rich was right there with both hands are there to block the shot.
He jumped straight up. And
But he picks up his
it on
first
the
foul.
floor.
Did he? Okay. We really don't know what to expect. Here's a pass into Sammy Ray. His shot won't go. Rich pulls down the rebound, being fought for it, but he clears it. Gets it out to Craig, who'll bring it down.
Now let's go back inside here.
Still a chance to take the lead again for Trojans. Here's Linville on the wing. Lobs it in there, has it knocked away, and it went off the, it was tipped away. Holt was trying to get it. I don't know if he got a finger on it or not.
He's not arguing it.
He didn't argue too much. Coach Andrews didn't seem to think that he did. Anyway, it's Lions basketball. So Simmons will bring it in front court, hand it off to Skelton. Skelton looking for Simmons again. He's going to try another three. This one's too strong. Rebound cleared by Tate Linville on the long rebound. Long threes wound up in long rebounds that are missed. Here's Craig being guarded by Skelton. Looking for a screen, doesn't get one, gets it over to Linville. Gets this one to the high post for Rich. Over to Craig, who grabs baseline. Dumps it off to Rich for a layup. Good. Or just a little runner. Short jumper. Collinwood takes the lead. It's 23-21. Haven't been in a lead in a while. Here's McLean. Kicks it over to the baseline for a jumper from Simmons, and he ties it right back up. Just about a 10-foot little jumper over there. 23 all, 3:10 to play, third quarter. Here's Craig. Gets it into the front court, looking for Linville on the right side. Try to get it into Brody Holt again. Turn around, jumper in the lane. This one won't go. The rebound battle cleared by the Lions. They'll get it out. They got a man down the floor. Here comes the pass to McLean, and he'll pick it up and get it back out. Here's Skelton. He's going to try a three from the wing. This one's off the mark, and we've got a foul. I think we've got a foul on the rebound. The shot was off the mark. And when the official gets over here, we'll see who it's on.
Yeah.
It's Sammy Ray, I think, who's getting
It's going to be Sammy Ray's third as well.
So after the foul, Collinwood will have the ball. That's the third team foul on the Lions. Craig will bring the ball down the floor. 2:35 to go in the quarter. Working on Simmons. Gets it over to Linville on the wing. Looking inside, trying to find someone. Now he's going to lob it down low there again. Here's the shot that won't go for Holt. Ray with the rebound. Dicus wants to run the other way. Has the ball knocked away from him and saved by McLean, and then his pass is knocked out of bounds and it'll stay down here with the Lions. Good hands by Brody Holt on that one. He's got a couple times he got too far under the basket and couldn't get that shot to fall down there. Here's almost a three. Here's what McLean on the baseline. Kicks it to Ray in the paint. Scramble for the ball and winds up nearly the midcourt for the Lions run it down. Here's a pass over to Simmons. Hands it off to Dicus. Back to Simmons. He's got a wide open three. This one's missed. Bennett Rich with the rebound. Going to get a foul. He went up high to grab that one down and got bumped and went to the floor. Skelton with the foul. That's the fourth team foul for the Lions. For Skelton, his third. 1:48 to play in the quarter. They can get another foul here. They can go to the free throw line. Still tied at 23. Here's Linville out front. Get to the high post to Rich. Back to Linville. Back to Rich. Turnaround jumper in the lane. Good. Bennett Rich with a 12-footer. Gives Collinwood the lead by 2 again. Here's Dicus across the timeline. Gets to the corner to Skelton.
Coach Love's going to have to get Staggs back in the game here just for the defensive purposes.
Another missed three and another high rebound for Bennett Rich. He's having a good game on the boards down here on the defensive end, especially. Collinwood has the ball there in the front court. Craig gets it out front to Linville. They'll sit. 1 minute to play in the quarter. Now they're going to be picked up out there. No count on. Here's a handoff, a bump, and a foul. Patrick Craig gets it, and he's bumped by
free throws.
Wyatt McLean with the foul. And that will, you're right, Brian, they'll be going to the free throw line. McLean's first foul. First foul. Be free throws for Patrick Craig as he'll go to the line. 52 seconds to play in the quarter. Collinwood leads by 2 with a chance to add 1 or 2 to that here at the charity stripe. Craig eyes the mark. He guns, bang. The lead is 3. Craig will be there for the second toss. Shot on the way. Give it to him. He knocks them both down. Collinwood leads by 4. Here's Dicus across the timeline. Picked up by Craig, and he's going to get a bump and a foul. Put the hands on the shoulders there, and he's going to get called for that check.
Just his first.
First on Patrick Craig. 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Still a 4-point Trojan lead. Simmons will trigger in from under the basket. Gets it out front to Skelton into the corner to Simmons. He's going to shoot a 3, and he knocks it down. Seems like that's kind of the way things have gone the last 2 nights. You kind of get build up a little bit. Somebody knocks one of those down and cuts it right back down to a point.
Yep.
Trojans may hold for the last shot here. 25 seconds. Linville out front gets to the high post for Rich. Gets it back to Linville. Back to Rich again. Wants to drive in. His shot off the glass is no good, but he drew a foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. 13 seconds to play in a quarter. They say Hazen Simmons with the foul, and he's got 3.
Yeah, Frank Hughes is getting in some
foul trouble, yes.
Serious foul trouble here.
Bennett Rich to the line, his first shot. This one's too strong, Karam's out. So he can, 1-point lead, he can add 1 more to it here if he makes his second shot. Shot on the way, good. 28-26. Simmons across the line, 10 seconds. 7, 6 seconds, cross court pass to Skelton. Looking, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And we got to travel. He pulled up and tried to find somebody, and he drug the pivot foot. Just 1 tick under 2 seconds, so they'll have it probably just barely be able to get it in. Not much of a chance of getting a very good shot. They'll get it in, and they won't get a shot away. he did it long, but I think that buzzer went off before it, before it let go. All right, after 3 quarters, the Trojans lead the Lions. It's 28-26. We'll have 4th quarter action right after this. This is district tournament action on Big Oldies Radio. Action coming up in another close game, 28-26, 2-point game, and we don't want to say that OT, but it could come down to that. There's going to be a fight to the end, though. Frank Hughes has the ball. They'll bring it in. They'll get it in the corner to Skelton, out to Dykus, to McLean. Here's Simmons trying to find somebody now. Staggs comes to get it. Now he hands it off to Devin Dykus, who tried a 3 from the top of the key, and he knocked it down. That puts the Lions back on top by a point. I think that's maybe the first 3 for Dykus tonight.
Yeah, deja vu from the game at Collinwood.
Let's hope not. Here's Patch Craig driving in. His shot is not good. Put back up and missed. Rebound taken by Dykus. He wants to run with it. Got a 2-on-1, but he loses the handle on it, and they're going to call him for carrying the ball. He got too fast for the ball.
Yeah, he did. And he is quick.
He's got some long legs and covers a lot of ground. Collinwood will have the ball, still trailing by a point. Craig will get it in the backcourt. Now he brings it across. Picked up by Simmons. Trying to get a screen over to Rich on the left side. Rich looking inside. Gets it in there. The shot is up and missed, but he draws the foul. I think, did he get that one on Staggs again, or was Skelton?
Yeah.
Tucker Staggs with the foul. They're watching for that lob in there, and their backside help comes over and tries to swat it away, but
yeah,
Staggs fouled him on the shot attempt. That's his 4th foul.
It is.
First foul of the first quarter. This free throw rolls and drops through, and we're tied at 29. So Staggs will go to the bench as Sammy Ray will return for the Lions. Second shot on the way by Holt is no good. Rebound tracked down by Hazen Simmons. He'll hand it off to Devin Dykus. Gets it over to Skelton on the wing. Back to Dykus. 6:45 to go in the game. We're tied. Ray, Dykus looking for cutters. Over to Ray. There's McLean to Dykus on the wing. Sammy Ray actually on the wing. Here's Hazen Simmons. Skelton wants to drive. He gets into the lane, kicks it out. He's going to have to get out of that hot spot. He thought he does. They work it back out front to McLean. Over to Skelton. Down low to Dykus. Kicks it back out to Sammy Ray. Had a wide open look, but didn't take it. Dykus will take it. Dykus will make it. So back-to-back 3-pointers has put the Lions in front, 32-29. And if that happens and he keeps hitting those, the Trojans could be in trouble. Here's Linville driving baseline. Now he'll go back out, circles around, gets into the lane, trying to find a shot, can't get one, gets it out to Reisner. He makes a spin move in the lane. His shot up off the glass, no good. Is put up, back up, and good by Brody Holt. Dykus had it momentarily, tried to save it back in, but it went right to Brody as he puts it in. Cuts it back to a 1-point game. Dykus across the line, wants to drive on Craig, and we're going to get a hand check. Patch will get the foul. I think that's just 2 on him tonight.
Yeah,
Is that correct? First team foul for Collinwood here in the 4th period. 5:21 to go in the game. Frank Hughes nursing a 1-point lead. Simmons will work it in from the baseline, gets it out to Skelton, back to Simmons. He wants a three from the corner. Yeah, good. So that's their last 4 shots have been from 3 going in, and I don't think they've missed any of the 4.
Now they're shooting the ball well this quarter.
So they can get on the streak there.
Yeah.
We got a timeout on the floor now with 5:15 to play. It's 35-31 in favor of the Lions. Again, it's been a kind of a game of runs as
It has.
each team has built up some leads just to see the other to come right back, cut it down, and even reclaim the lead. So
Yeah.
hopefully the Trojans can work that again.
I think we just need to keep going down there to Brody on the inside. We've got them in some major foul trouble. Either make the shot or get to the free throw line. But at some point, we're going to have to start making some outside shots as well.
Absolutely. They'll have to make those and, get some books. I mean, sometimes you got to pull the trigger out there sometimes, too. They're really, I like trying to get the ball in there to Brody there, but sometimes forcing it too much kind of takes away from any looks. So
well, and we've talked about this before, but throw that ball inside to the paint, and it's so much easier to shoot it if they throw it back out from the paint than it is to catch it from side and then square up at the basket.
Right there, get that wide open look and much higher percentage shot when there's nobody right there. Collinwood will have the ball after timeout. They'll work it in. No pressure. And they'll bring it down across with Craig, get it over in the corner. Back to Craig. Linville, he's going to try a 3 from there. This one's short. Rebound, battle for Simmons finally comes out with it, and we're going to get a bump and a foul, or a reach and a foul. I think that's probably going to be Tate Linville picking up the foul. His first foul, team's second of the quarter. So, just under 5 minutes to play in the game. Frank Hughes has the ball and a 4-point lead. So, you might see them spread things out and play the clock. Again, 35-31, a low-scoring game. Here's Dykus, gets it to Ray, passes it around to McLean. McLean picks up the dribble, now gets it to Dykus. He'll try to work one-on-one and drive in. His shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound by Ray, put back up and good.
That hurts.
There's Sammy Ray there to get the offensive glass, and he puts it back in. Extends the lead to 6 points. And as you said, Brian, that hurt.
Yeah, it does. Of course, the shot that Dykus normally makes, and he missed it, we've got to pull the rebound.
Yeah. Got to get the people blocked out. Here's Craig, fakes a 3, now gets it over to Linville. Linville wants to drive inside. His runner in the lane goes in somehow. He lost balance and kind of just flipped that one up there and it went in. 37-33 score. Under 4 minutes to play now. Here's Simmons working on Reisner. Gets it over to Skelton. To Dykus. Over to Ray. McLean. Picks up the dribble. Trying to find somebody now. Gets it to Skelton. Skelton clears it back out. He'll hand it off to Simmons, who's set up out front. Being guarded closely by Reisner. Here's a pass that comes close to getting away. McLean has it, hands it off to Simmons. He's bumped, but no whistle. Picks up the dribble, gets it back over to McLean in the corner to Skelton. Tries to get to Sammy Ray, and the pass skips away and goes out of bounds. So the turnover gives it back to Collinwood now. Chance to cut into that lead.
That's all you can hope for is, they'll get the lead. Ran about a minute off the clock on that possession.
Played good defense, get out there working hard. They need to knock down a couple of shots here. Here's Craig out front. He's going to try a 3. High, it goes up and hits the cable above the backboard on the rebound. And it'll be out of bounds to Frank Hughes. 2:55 to go in the game. There's a pass down on the wing. Back out front. They'll work it around the perimeter. Down on the baseline is Skelton. Works it over to Dykus. Fakes a 3. Picks up. Now he'll go from out front, and he backs this one in. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. 40-33 now as Dicus has hit 3 straight. And like old Jerry Reed said, when you're hot, you're hot.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have knocked a hole in the wall back there that time.
Yeah, that was just a line, more of a line drive shot.
Yeah.
Right off the glass, hit it in the middle of the square and right in there.
He's an awful good player, man. He may have meant to do that.
Yeah, he probably even called the glass down there to patch as he's gardening. Anyway, that gives the Lions a 7-point lead now with just 2:36 to play in the game, and really puts pressure on the Trojans.
Yeah, we've got to have some. We have to attack the basket.
The importance of the game. This could be the winner here tonight will face the number 2 team from the District 12. The loser will have to travel to the
number 1 district tournament winner.
Tournament District 12 champion. And that's, the higher you can finish, the better you've got it in the first round of the region. You got to win that game. You got to win those first 2 games. There's no second chances there till you get to the finals. Here's Rich. Drives inside. No good. His shot off the mark. Dicus clears the rebound, and they want to push the ball down the floor. Now they'll back it out. Simmons gives it to Dicus. Working on Craig. Wants to drive inside. Now he pulls back. Kicks it back out to McLean, and they're going to 2:05. They're going to try to run this clock. Yeah.
We've got a lot of fouls to make up right here, too, so we're going to have to really start gambling.
No even need of trying to work for a shot, but Dicus is going to drive in there. He's going to get a shot off the glass that's good. And again, when he gets going, he's unstoppable.
Yeah. So he's absolutely taken over this quarter.
He's getting a deja vu from the game at Collinwood as he did the same thing. He had 33 points down there, and I think about 20 of them was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I think we got a bench warning for Coach Tanner Andrews. Here's the free throw up, good. And the lead, just like that, the lead is 10 with 1:50 to play. So now they can't waste a lot of time. They've got to go down here and start putting the shots up. Here's the pass. There's a tackle down here at about the 12-yard line.
Yeah.
The pass went to Tate Linville, and Skelton just took his feet right out from under him on a dive. I got a thumbs up from John on that.
Yeah.
Here's Linville. Gets it back to Rich. Rich wants to drive in. His shot off the glass won't go. Rebound taken down by Skelton. And it's starting to slip away tonight. 10-point lead on the ball with 1:22. They can just stand out there and dribble if we let him. But he won't do it. He's going to drive in for the basket and lays it up. He covered a lot of ground in the air there and still able to get a soft touch off the basket. So the points piling up here in the fourth quarter for Devin Dicus. They held him down very good till now. Here's a pass to the inside, and we get a whistle on a foul. See who that foul was on. That was on Skelton. Foul was on the floor, not a shooting foul. Only Skelton fouls out of the game. He'll be placed by Travis Gockene, freshman coming in. He's a good little ball player himself.
He is a good athlete.
You've
really
seen him
good
this
athlete.
year. Very quick. Here's a shot off the glass, and it's up and good. They're going to call it jump ball, so no basket.
Wow.
And there was somebody did have a hand down there.
Yeah.
Holt tried to get it up. 1 minute to play in the game. The lead is 12 as Sammy Skelton goes to the bench as Tucker Staggs comes back in with his 4 fouls. You're going to forward that now. So Collinwood keeps the ball. Here's Rich trying to get the pass out. A driving Tate Linville. His shot rolls and won't fall. They've got a lid on the rim down here. And they'll commit the foul. That'll be a 4th team foul on Collinwood. 12-point lead with 50 seconds, and it's all but academic at this point.
Yeah.
Patch Craig with his 3rd foul, team's fourth.
The two-shot, the no one-shot bonus has changed this type of game. In the past, a 12-point lead with a minute was not an absolute. You had to go make a free throw at the beginning of, you miss some free throws and all of a sudden the other team's right back in it. But most everyone's going to make one of two.
Here's a pass that on the baseline for a layup by Staggs. And that's a 14-point lead. I can't remember the last points that Collinwood did get. They're still on 33. Here's a drive and a shot up that draws a foul. Cole Reisner drove into a couple of tall trees there, and they both hit him. I don't know which one he gave it to.
Yeah, he gave it on
30. Staggs is fouled out of the game. So Sammy Ray will check back in. And again, he'll switch places on the line with Gaukene down there in the rebounding position. First shot by Cole Reisner up good. 10.8 seconds to go, and this one is in the books. Second shot up and good by Reisner. 47-35, 10 seconds. Here's Dykus. He may try to get in and try to get a dunk before it's over, but I think he's just going to go to the corner and dribble it out. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. This one is all over. Your final score tonight. Third place winner is your Frank Hughes Lions. Final score 47-35 in favor of the Lions. We'll be back with a wrap up in just a minute. This is District 11 basketball on Big Oldies Radio.
You are clear. 1 minute.
To District 11A tournament action on Big Oldies Radio, where your Frank Hughes Lions are victorious over the Collinwood Trojans tonight. Your final score 47-35. Big quarter for the Lions in the fourth quarter. Collinwood only managed 7, only 18 points in the second half as 21 for the Lions. They went from 2 down to winning by a dozen. Yeah. So it is what it is. I mean, both teams fought hard. It just seemed like the breaks and the shots started falling for the Lions, and it just not at all for the Trojans there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well, they had 21. Dykus had 14 of those 21 in the fourth quarter. So once again, he just kind of took over, and when he can start getting downhill at the rim, he poses such a matchup problem. Patch did an awesome job on him the whole game, but it's too much to ask right there to keep him from getting all the way to the rim with no help.
Absolutely right. Let's look at our final numbers for tonight.
So Dykus ended up with 18 for Frank Hughes. Hazen Simmons had 16, Sammy Ray 11. Tucker Staggs finished with 2 for 47. And for Collinwood, Bennett Rich and Brody Holt each had 12. Tate Limble had 5. Patch Craig had 2. Cole Reisner had 4 for a total of 35.
So that Lions finished third place. They'll travel on Saturday next week to the number 2 seed finisher for District 12, and that'll put Collinwood traveling to face the District 12 champions.
Yeah.
And that won't be determined until closer to midweek, so we'll just stay.
It'll be Tuesday night, I believe.
Right.
So, I mean, I would expect it to be McEwen, but you never know this time of year.
Yeah, they seem to be the favored team over there.
Yeah.
But, of course, you never know. That's why you play the games.
Exactly. They beat this Perry County team early in the year. So.
All right. So we'll, again, hopefully the Trojans will wish them luck, and Trojanettes as they'll both travel. We've got our fourth game of the night coming up, and it's the boys championship, and this should be a good one when you got your Wayne County Wildcats come in as the number 2 seed, playing the number 1 seed in the championship, and that's the Perry County Vikings,